Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. I disagreed with the notion that the hook side chain will be used mainly for speculating. I get why they're presenting the project this way. They want people to think about the project's potential applications rather than the price of the underlying cryptocurrency, but there are a few problems with this approach. Okay, I get it. But there are a few reasons why I think that's a bad idea. Let's start with the obvious. Bitcoin wasn't created so that BlackRock could package it up in an ETF and speculators could buy the coin. No matter what you hope for your digital asset, people will make assumptions about how it should be put to use. That's just the rules of the game. And investors and speculators do play a role. You can imagine that if a blockchain was truly only for use case and useful transactions, what would happen if you wanted to buy the token to use on the chain but no one needed to sell it for a utility purpose? You'd be stuck, unable to complete your transaction or acquire the asset you needed. But guess what? The open market for digital assets is available 24/7/365. In order to buy an item or complete a trade, you might take use of the liquidity offered by speculators and traders. Investors are an important element of any ecosystem, but I think it's unfair to portray this network as superior to others in terms of value. Because, the people actually constructing it care little for conjecture. That's the case with a large portion of cryptocurrencies, though by no means all. Numerous people will. The goal is to generate revenue and increase value. To be used effectively, however, crypto assets should be treated like any other instrument. Will XRP Plus be a good token for speculation, given that speculation is still an integral element of the ecosystem and contributes to its overall efficiency? What I don't know is whether or not we were able to witness the network's launch, how it operates, or what early day, applications we have. Then we can see how it stacks up against the market price of the coin, which will exist regardless of whether the trading takes place on GitHub, BitChute, or some other platform. And we need to evaluate that to see if it's overpriced or underpriced in light of the likelihood of success and the current network's utility. And we can rule out any possibility of making educated guesses. Now, the last thing I'll say is that many folks are stuck on this burning admin function, which is part of the hook side chain. And I can tell you that you need not waste your XRP by burning them in. You don't have to tamper with your XRP to invest in this network or to use the network for its utility feature set. Once this coin is available in trading, you can simply acquire it like you would any other crypto asset. If there is an arbitrage paid play available, then and only then should you consider burning the mint. It's more of a trading move if you can burn one XRP to increase its worth in XRP Plus. Otherwise, you just buy the token on an exchange, hold it in the hopes that its value will rise, or put it to work for you. Now, we have on the Ripple side of things where we believe ATMs will be more important when we see friction like this taking place in the XRP community, or let's say the developer community. Many programmers, meantime, are eager for the implementation of smart contracts. And ultimately, it all boils down to your goals. And if you're going to have anything that will add complexity and, stress on the ecosystem, I believe it makes a lot of sense for the XRP mainnet. Some stable coins are introduced, and trade begins on the decentralized exchange. When I say day, I mean that Ripple and other people attempting payment-type use cases will have access to that liquidity. And I believe that's going to be huge for fleshing out those capabilities. The issue arises, though, when attempting to construct different kinds of systems. While smart contracts are certainly important, I believe that integrating them into the main net at this time would be a significant performance hit. What's fantastic is that we can test out how implementing these features affects the ledger's overall performance as we develop them on the hook side chain. And something on the main net that supports the core, use case of XRP, which is helpful for making payments, at least according to the current consensus. There is always a trade-off when adding a new feature, whether it's performance or the need to upgrade the hardware, which raises the cost of maintaining the network and, in some cases, reduces decentralization. Otherwise, every chain would have, all of these features, Again, there's a divide. Some programmers say, you know what? It's all about smart contracts, because that's what we want for building our decentralized applications, while others disagree. However, there is an opposing viewpoint that emphasizes monetary transactions and multi-level marketing. And, creating liquidity is going to be even more crucial. Now, even while Bitcoin will pave the way and serve as the basis for the first spot crypto ETF, Bernstein has just released a paper stating that the possibility for crypto ETFs is considerably broader than simply Bitcoin. I can tell you right now that your main cryptocurrencies will have their own ETFs, and that's why we're all in this together. As this asset class matures from its current hobbyist level into an investable asset class, we're going to see more than just Bitcoin. There will be further basket cryptos products such as payment and crypto ETFs, as well as smart contract cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Polkadot, and Cardano. And similar phenomena, everything will ramp up to an extreme degree, with tremendous expansion. Again, this is from the viewpoint of an investor, not the utility itself. However, everything ties together, and the more liquidity we have and the more this asset class increases, the more we will be able to do generally. The last thing I'll say is that I'm seeing a lot of animosity out there from disappointed folks, and I get that. After all, we did wage this war against the SEC, and they were the boogeyman. As such, while we argue, it is to be expected given that we are in the bear market phase of the crypto cycle. I can tell you that the previous time this happened, when the next bull run was imminent and XRP's value was very close to that of Ethereum, it was exactly the same. However, many remained of the opinion that it was a bust. Obviously, this is a poor situation. Of course, we got Jean with this court case, but other cryptocurrencies that did not really have, beautiful growth. I think the stage is set in a good place, and regardless of what you've invested in, people are going to start getting antsy, whether it's XRP, Ethereum, or something else. Many people seem too concerned about Cardano, which is absurd. A lot has happened in the last few years that, in my opinion, provides a solid foundation for that endeavor. Know that what you think is what matters, not my opinion. When you have a metric that you believe is showing that the bull run is approaching, and it turns out to be erroneous, you're in the period when you have to slog through the sideways training and, downturns. It's on the horizon, but we can't pinpoint exactly when. We're on the cusp now. That's why we're all here, by the way, to join the attack on fresh record highs as the market finally comes to life. We save up and have slow periods, and then you wait for the next period of expansion. This can be triggered by a wide variety of factors. But I don't think there's going to be that magical moment where you'll say, all right, Bitcoin ETF Ripple victory, but eventually everything will fall into place. And if you're in it for the long haul, you might as well take pleasure in the ride. Every week we spend in this type of atmosphere, or if it goes down even lower, it's just a chance to prepare for that eventual run. To put it simply, this is the future. Keeping that in mind will allow us to make the most of the present moment. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Please subscribe and like as always. See you later, bye.